fire. As you can probably tell, firefighters are on the scene still. Now, this is the fire that caused road closures and evacuations here in the Kaanapali area. And where I'm standing is a direct line up the hill from the Kaanapali Resort area. So the Sheraton, the Hyatt, all down below me. And if you know the Kaanapali area at all, you know that there is a buffer of golf courses and very nice homes above that. Well, go ahead and take a look at just how close this came. And I do mean close to causing some real property destruction here. I'm going to step out of the camera and show you what I'm talking about here. Go ahead and bear with me as I push down to where we're talking about. You can see the fire truck here, firefighters still on the scene, and right below him, a home. Right there is a home, and right to the left of this home here, you can see the roof line there. As we pitch to the left just a little bit, you can see blackened earth and firefighters working the scene. So it's just that close. In fact, you can see a fire truck down there. Looks like at the front door of one of these multi-million-dollar plus homes. Apparently giving warning or doing what firefighters do when there's an evacuation in the area. But that is what we're seeing out here. Go ahead and take a look right now at this live shot as the tanker goes and sprays more water on what is undoubtedly additional hot spots right next to these homes. And you can see the fire line just feet, if that, from this rooftop here. So a bad summer indeed for fires on the island of Maui. And in fact, just as we were getting here, we did hear reports of a report of a fire. We don't know the details of it, but an additional fire in the Lahaina area. So we are tracking that as well. But again, live pictures here in Kaanapali, where the good news is the fire is under control. And at last report, 70% contained. From this vantage point, it looks like all but a few hot spots here and there. I'm going to push over the top of this fire truck so you can see these firefighters over there working the ground. Hopefully you can see that area there where they're actually out there spraying hot spots in that area just to the south of this home. Really, the fire had this home surrounded. So perhaps it was good planning, good fire break. They broke the fuel for the fire. It's hard to say, but between that and the hard work of these firefighters out here, that home has been saved. But undoubtedly very close, and you can tell that this evacuation order was not something that they were overstating. It was that close out here. Again, live shots in Kaanapali with Maui Alert News here, and you can see what firefighters are doing on the scene here to put down this latest threat to the island of Maui. I know that this was called in right around about 1:45, I believe, is when this came in. They closed roads down below, and then they seem to have things under control enough that they were able to get that back open around 2:30. So again, live shot here behind me, spraying the water onto this, pushing some of this hot molten dirt up into the air, and continuing to work the scene here. We are doing our best to follow up on that report of an additional fire in the Lahaina area. We don't know the details of that. We don't know if it was threatening at all. A lot of times those reports come in and they're just not that, they turn out to be not that serious of a deal. So I don't want to alarm anybody that there's a serious situation going on in Lahaina again, but it is one that we need to follow up. And speaking of breaking news as well, there is a serious motorcycle accident in Kahului at the Beach Road, right there by Queen Ka'aumanu Center. There is a motorcycle down in front of Harbor Lights, we understand, with serious injuries and blocking the road. It does sound like that could be tied up for a while in that area as well, just to keep you apprised of all the breaking news. But back to the scene here in Kaanapali. Again, let me give you some context here. We are above Keika'a and the Kaanapali Expressway, and you can see, the Kaanapali Parkway, not Expressway, and you can see the proximity as to where we're at here. The thing that you'll take note of, though, is right in front of me there's a lot of dry vegetation. But as you push down and you start looking at the resort areas, there's a ton of irrigation out that way, and it's a green belt, essentially, from here to there. So that would at least give one a bit, if not a lot, of a confidence that this fire would not be as fast moving as some of those other fires that we've seen recently. But that is the situation here. This fire coming just strikingly close to these homes here high above Kaanapali. As you look at 2 fire trucks, one a ladder truck looks like now over there to the south, also spraying water on the situation. So indeed, firefighters got out here. They did what we pay them to put their lives on the line for, and that is to put these flames down. So people here in the Kaanapali area can be extra thankful that they have a very responsive fire crew out here on top of things. Now, as to the cause of this, way too early to say. We do know, of course, as everything has been reported lately, MECO, or Hawaiian Electric Company, has been under a lot of scrutiny. In fact, just been sued by the county for failure to maintain its lines, allegedly, and failure to de-energize lines when heavy winds picked up, allegedly. I'll tell you, there are a lot of power lines in this area, and we have seen a lot of electrical crews in the area as well. I don't want to jump to conclusions, don't want to say this was in fact caused by an electric company, just things that we're observing here on the scene and worth pointing out given the context of the ignition of the last fire, allegedly tying back to Hawaiian Electric Company. So I'm going to step out of the shot, let you take a look at some of these parting live shots here, live pictures here in Kaanapali, and we will join you back at MauiAlert.com with an update on this story and anything else that merits our attention later on. But let me step out of the shot and just give you a few closing looks at what's going on here live in the Kaanapali area. Firefighters on the scene doing what they do best, and that is put out flames, avoid danger, save lives, save property, and that is exactly what they're doing here in Kaanapali. That's it for now, everybody. Thanks for watching Maui Alert and MauiAlert.com Live, your daily source for live video breaking news on the island of Maui, on Maui, for Maui. I'm Paul Aker. We'll talk to you soon. Aloha.